Okay, this is 13.3, and we're going to do the cube root today. And it's just like the square root, except it's got a 3 here. And I can tell it's a cube root because it's got a 3 here. And I can do it on the calculator by coming over here and taking this button. And I need to go to a scratch. I'm going to go to the scratch pad here so I can just show you how it works. Here it is. And then here's the one that I need for the cube root. It's right here. Or I could do this one right here with the control, and this one right here will also do it. So control and this one right here, see that one? It'll also do it, where it'll give me a place to type the little 3 in this number. And if I put in an 8 here, it tells us that the answer is 2. That's because it's saying, what times itself 3 times gets me 8? Well, 8 is 2 times 2 times 2. The cube root says I need something that goes together 3 times, multiplies together 3 times to give me the answer. So to work these, we do them just the opposite of how we did the previous ones. I'm going to change this number here just to be a 6 instead of a 64. Okay, so the cube root of x equals 6. So before, when I had the square root of x equals 2, when I had the square root, I squared both sides to get my answer. Today, when I have the cube root of each side, I'm going to cube each side to get my answer. So I'm going to cube this side, and I'm going to cube this side. So this side, the cube root and the cube cancel out just like the square root and the squared canceled out. So this is x. And then I've got 6 cubed. That means 6 times 6 times 6. I can work that out, or I can use my calculator and I can go 6 times 6 times 6. Or I can take this button, let's see, this little button right here that looks like a little arrow pointing up, and I go 6. And then I do this one and it makes the little thing go up like that, and I can put a 3 there. And I can see that 6 times 6 times 6 is 216, and 6 to the cubed is 216. It's the same thing. So the answer to this one is 216. All right? So that's our steps. Before I was squaring both sides, now I'm cubing both sides. So I'm going to cube both sides. These cancel. X minus 1 equals 2 cubed. That's 2 times 2 times 2. I don't need to go to the calculator for that because I can do that. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. X minus 1 equals 8. Add 1 to both sides, and I get x equals 9. Okay? The next one. Remember what's in between here? This is multiply. So to get rid of the negative 2, I need to divide by the negative 2. And I get the cube root of this, because these cancel, equals negative 6 divided by negative 2 is 3. Now I'm going to cube both sides. Cube both sides. These cancel. X plus 2 equals 3 cubed is 3 times 3 times 3. Well, 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27, minus 2, and I get x equals 25. And finally, I might have it where it has it on both sides, and I can cube both sides. So this cancels and this cancels. Then I can go x minus 1, because that's all canceled. This is canceled, 2x plus 2. Now I can solve this. I need the x's together, so I'm going to minus x to get this to go over there. I have negative 1 equals x plus 2. Then minus 2 on both sides, and I get negative 3 equals x. Now you might wonder, could I do it on the calculator like we did yesterday? Well, let's see. Let's go to home, current. So here, I'm going to put this side into the calculator for F1. So again, it's right here above the control in this one. The cube root of x minus 1. Hey, and look, this is just like our cube root. Look, that looks like our cube root we did when we were graphing. It shifted to the right one. Look, shifted to the right one, just like we did when we graphed it. Now I'm going to do the other one on F2, this side on F2. Cube root is right here. Put the 3, put the 2x plus 2, enter. And then, just like with the square roots, I'm looking for where do they cross. So I'm going to do menu 6, 4, click, click. They cross at -3, and there's only an x in my problem. I'm just looking for the x. I don't care about the y. -3, and our answer over here was also a negative. A note on these. On the square roots, remember the square root could not equal a negative. On cube root, it doesn't matter if it's negative. And I can show you that. Here, I can take the cube root. The cube root of 8 is 2. And the cube root of -8 is going to give me -2, because -2 times -2 times -2 gives me a -8. So I don't have those problems I had with the square root. Negatives are just fine. All of these answers are going to work. Remember, with the square root, we had a problem because I couldn't put a negative inside here. -4 gives us an error, and we can't do that. But a cube root, a negative is okay. All right, that's it.